the first guest who actually needed an usher. Kirk, how are you?
Good, but
Man,
it's 80 movies. It's not 70.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected.
Where were you when I was making those 10 movies?
I missed 10. I'll confess to that. Yeah. Do you remember? Is it possible to remember every movie or can you remember an experience from each of those movies?
Thank God, no.
Yeah.
There's several movies you want to forget, and that's the curse of television. You know, you've done a movie, you say, boy, I'm glad that's over, and 10 years, 20 years later, there it is.
Yeah.
In your home on TV, no. No, there's lots of them you want to forget.
See, we have that problem here every night. Something happens here in the studio and you think, oh my God, thank goodness that's gone and I can forget about it. And then you realize, oh, later tonight, all of America gets to see it.
That's right. You know, I was going to bring you a gift. I thought it was appropriate.
Very nice of you.
So I was in California before I left, and I'm packing this gift. And my wife says, what's that? Mm-hmm. And I can't quite get it in the suitcase. It's a banderia that the bullfighters use, and in my novel, the hero is a Portuguese bullfighter.
It's a sword, is that what it is?
Well, it's more of a spear.
Uh-huh.
So my wife says, what's that, something from Spartacus? I said, no. I said, this is something from the book. I said, I thought it'd be a gag. I'd give it to
me?
David Letterman on the show. She says, well, but why don't you give him a bigger spear from Spartacus? I said, honey, I'm not talking about Spartacus. This is from a book I've written. She said, well, go ahead, make a fool of yourself. I think it's silly, so you never got the gift.
But yeah, seriously, why didn't I get something from Spartacus?
You know why, David? You were too young then. You weren't even allowed to see movies.
No, that's not true. I saw Spartacus in the theater when I was a kid. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. It was, well, like I'm telling you, it was an epic. It was an odyssey. Oh, Kirk, you should have seen the movie. It was in color. My God, what a movie.
No, but it is wonderful now when you've made a movie and 30 years later, a lot of young people who've never seen the movie see it, and the fact that they like it. You know, you think, well, they might think it's old-fashioned. The fact they enjoy it, that's a lot of gratification. That's wonderful.
You know what I have noticed, and this is a silly, long story. A couple of years ago, I got a VCR. So now I've been renting all of these old movies, and I'm at a point now where I can hardly watch a brand new movie because I'm so in love with the old films. And you wonder, I'm beginning to sound like my parents when they said, oh, they're not making movies like they used to. But you wonder, maybe there's something to that, or am I just getting old?
Well, there are a lot of wonderful movies. Listen, Casablanca, that's a movie I could see all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and that was made before it ever came out here. And I think people say that, David, they always say the good old days. I think things change. You go through, of course, right now I think we're going through a period of maybe too much emphasis on violence instead of, you know, a story. But I think it'll change.
What about too much emphasis on sex?
There can never be too much emphasis on sex.
Well, your son is doing what he can to carry on that tradition, isn't he? You betcha.
You gotta admit, it says something about genes.
Now, what is your reaction when you go to the movie and you see Michael and he's naked, she's naked, everybody's naked? I mean, of course, I'm guessing you've seen him naked before.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've shown my butt in a movie years ago. I mean, so what? I mean, really, I never think of that. For example, in Basic Instincts, I told Michael, I think that's one of the best pieces. I really did a brilliant acting job. A lot of times people get confused by the explicit sexuality. They forget it's a very, very well-acted movie. I mean, to me, it's, you know, you always have to know the difference, David, between make-believe and reality. As long as you don't confuse the two, you know, what's the difference? You got to know who you are.
Yeah. How many movies... Well, I can't get into this.
Go ahead. Take a crack at it.
How many movies did you show your butt in?
And I had to encourage him to go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. I was feeling confident. I thought, oh, well, Kirk wants me to go ahead. And would you show it to us tonight? Now, this has taken an ugly turn, hasn't it? Kirk Douglas is here, ladies and gentlemen. Helen Hunt. Have you seen Helen Hunt's work? She was in the Billy Crystal film.
Many things.
Yeah, she's very good. And David Cohn, you're a baseball fan?
And how? I just spoke to him backstage.
Pretty exciting for the guy, isn't it?
I said, where's your ring? He said he doesn't get it until next season.
Yep. And Peter Frampton is right over there as well. Okay. Let's see, what should we talk about? We were looking at some old videotape. It's a kinescope, videotape made of a kinescope, I believe, in 1956. You were hosting...
56?
1956.
Just a kid.
Yeah,
Just a kid.
you were. 1956, you were hosting or guest hosting The Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh, that's a few years back.
How did that come about?
You know, I don't remember. I mean, I hosted the Johnny Carson show once. I'll tell you one thing I learned. You know, when you're young and foolish, you try anything. My respect for you guys has grown enormously. It ain't easy to be where you are and to really take on a whole show and keep it going. I think it's a tremendous job. Really, I congratulate you.
Thank you, but...
Look modest.
It's easy if you do the kind of job I do, which is, I do it sloppy. Yeah. But, well, do you mind if we show you on the Ed Sullivan Show?
I'd like to see it.
I
can't remember it.
I believe Ed Sullivan had been injured or was ill or something.
I think so.
All right. Well, let's take a look. Here we go. 1956, one Sunday night, Kirk Douglas hosting the Ed Sullivan Show.
Mermaid Minnie, met her down in Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime that I would ask her. Then she gave me the scare of my young life. Throw me down and pick me up. She was the captain's wife. The whale of a tailor, tell you that. A whale of a tailor too. But perfect fish and the girls I love. Nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tail and it's all true. I swear by my
You still know the words.
You know,
I'm telling you something. You look in that tape, you look great now, and you look great then. I mean, it's not that much different.
that's why I like to be on your show, David. You say the right thing. But I tell you something, when I did that song, Got a Wheel of a Tale, I was very excited because Walt Disney, he said, Kirk, we're going to make a record of it. I said, a record of it? So we made a record of Got a Wheel of a Tale and another song, Under some moon or something, made a record of it. And the record went out. And I said to Sinatra one night, I said, listen, you know, I've got a record out. I said, look, Frank, I think what we should do is exchange records. I'll give you all the records I make, and you give me all the records you make. Of course, that was the only record I made, so I made a good deal with him. Yeah.
Did it sell? Was that a popular record for you?
I probably got about $240 in royalties.
That's all it takes. Now, this book is your third book, your second novel. Your autobiography was a huge bestseller, wasn't it?
That's right,
Yeah.
yes.
And this is, it picks up where the first novel left off. It's more of
No,
the
it's just the story. When I did the first novel, A Dance with the Devil, people often said to me, what do you think happened to Patricia, who was a young girl in that? So I thought about it, and I wrote The Gift, and that's what happens to Patricia.
How do you write? It's very difficult work, isn't it?
Well, of course, you know, I feel like a young kid starting in a whole new career, and I'm very excited about it, because I don't have any set pattern. I scribble. I think the scenes come to me like a movie in my mind, and then I act out all the parts, men, women, you know, children. And then I'm acting them out, and when I come to something, I say, gee, Kirk, you were terrific. So I write it down.
Are you prolific?
Well, I don't know that I'm prolific. I enjoy writing. I'm already in the middle of a next book. But each book, you know, brings you into such, you know, contact with such wonderful things. Like in The Gift, I went to Portugal. And a lot of it takes place with Portuguese bullfighting where they don't kill the bull. By the way, you know, when they don't kill the bull, the exciting thing is the horsemanship of it. Now, you know what happens? At the end of the fight, the bull is alone in the ring. Now, how do you think they get the bull out?
They have somebody whistle at him?
You know what they do? They put in about 10 cows. They lumber in.
Oh, the cows, the old cow trick.
Exactly. They surround the bull and
Say
the
no
bull goes
more,
off
it's the
with
old
them.
cow trick. Yeah, betcha.
I couldn't believe it. And a woman shall lead them, and off they go.
Let's see, what else was I going to... Oh, you know what, let's do? Hang around right after the show, and we'll go down to Hurley's, the bar down on the corner. You and I will have a couple of drinks, okay?
Why not?
And then we'll fight guys.
Okay.
What do you think? Yeah! Yeah! The book is The Gift. It's Kirk Douglas. Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much for being here.